Hey, I'm going to show you how really easy it is to cook salmon fillets on the barbecue and make them taste spectacular. Anyway, let's get the barbecue rolling. A full chimney of lumpwood charcoal. I've used the sustainable stuff because it doesn't smell and doesn't taint the fish. It lights really easy, so probably only needed one fire lighter, but there's two underneath there. Get that rolling. That'll probably take about 15 to 20 minutes before it's ready to put on the barbecue. So it's time to prep the fish. Got a gorgeous bit of salmon, a whole side of salmon. We're only cooking for three of us, not a full barbecue for all our mates this time, so chopped it into three fillets, and the rest went in the freezer for another meal. And then I prepped the chamula pesto, which is 1 clove of garlic, chop, about 25 grams of parsley, delicious, in the pot, in the jar, in the a bowl. In the bowl, it goes with half the juice of half a lemon, pips and all went in there. 2 tablespoons worth of olive oil, and then I use this seasoning from the spicery for chamula fish. It's absolutely delicious, really easy to use. Barbecues should be easy, and if you're into barbecues, then you'll be getting all sorts of rubs and flavourings for your birthdays and Christmases. Of course, you can make your own, but this is easy. Barbecue should be easy, it should be fun. If you haven't got a spicery kit for you, that is just 3 teaspoons of ground cumin and 1 teaspoon of chili flakes. Anyway, after it's had a good smash up, rub it all into your salmon and leave that to one side while your coals are ready. So yeah, as promised, 18 minutes later, and those coals are ready to roll. I love that smell. That smell of burning is absolutely fantastic. So I'm setting up my Weber kettle grill for indirect cook. So halfy this time. So half the side has got coals that are lit, and with all barbecues, doesn't matter what they are, it's as important to have an area where there's no heat as there is an area where there is heat. And here come the potatoes. Barbecue should be easy, and potatoes on the barbecue are the easiest thing. That is just a packet of new potatoes that have come from the supermarket with a bit of oil and a bit of salt and pepper, and chucked straight onto the indirect side of the cooking grill. They'll probably take about 40 minutes to cook, maybe, something like that. But can take as long as you want because you're doing it indirectly, and they just taste delicious. Courgettes are another really good veg for a barbecue. They're chopped up into slices about 1 centimetre thick, something like that. Quite nice and robust. And then some peppers for a bit of colour, a bit of sweetness. Look amazing as well. I'm going to cook all of that on the indirect side so they get nice and cooked through, and a lovely flavour from the barbecue. It's me fiddling around with the vents, keeping the temperature at about 200 degrees, so cooking it like an oven really, with the grill on. And then after a period of time, I'm thinking, I'm going to give that a bit of charring on there. They've probably been on there for about 20 minutes when we're having a little fiddle around. And I'm getting them over the coals to get a bit of that lovely barbecue flavour. Look at that, gorgeous. So I reckon these things have been cooking for about 45 minutes now. I've got a bit of flavour on the potatoes, a little cheeky taste, and the potatoes are good to go. So on goes the salmon. Look at that. Straight over the direct side, over the coals. That's going to get the skin nice and crispy. And because I'm going to be keeping the grill closed in between me fiddling with it and checking it like that, and it's going to be more closed than open, it's going to cook the top of the salmon absolutely beautifully. It'll be nice and soft, while the underside is gorgeous and crispy. So yeah, after about 10, 12 minutes, I've pushed the salmon to one side, so it's not too cooked, so it's not burning the underside, and it's just smelling amazing. And I've got a second opinion, and I reckon that's good to go. So I'm getting them into a dish, getting me little helpers, and that's going to go into the kitchen. Then comes the potatoes, soft, lovely. And then the rest of our veg. And that's going to go on a plate, and it's going to be absolutely spectacular. You can see in the bottom there, there's a bit of lemon I've got there over the coals, to get a nice smoky flavour to squeeze over our salmon when I serve it. And there you have it. absolutely delicious, really easy to cook. My God, it tasted amazing as well. Beautifully crispy skin on the underside of the salmon, lovely soft on top, slightly punchy pesto chermoula, beautifully soft and smoky potatoes with this gorgeously charred vegetables as well. Marvellous. Now, my absolute top tip, you better do this, bit of barbecue maintenance when you finish your cooking, when you finished eating, while the coals are still a bit of heat on them, get your scraper, scrapey over the top. Scrape off any of the leftover fish or meat. Give it a bit of a spin round so you get the other indirect side over the hot coals as well. And that'll basically mean you don't have to ever clean your barbecue, ever, because it's all good to go. A little bit of a wipe next time and ready for your next barbecue. Thanks very much. Awesome!